Oh, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Is it live? Oh, we're live. Okay, great. I think I'm still getting set up on Amazon. This is like a little bit new to me. So hopefully this actually shows up on Amazon. We'll see. I'm waiting for it to load in the app, but hey to everyone who is here already. I'm so glad that you're here. And how weird. Okay, cool. Now I can go live on Amazon. Yay! Cool, everyone's here. Okay, so I have a lot to talk about today. If you are live already in the chat, I want you guys to say hello and let me know that you're here. I'm going to be following the chat. I have my phone down here with me, so if you guys kind of see me like just looking all over the place, hopefully this is super easy to follow, but I'm really excited to do a coffee chat today. And we're going to talk about a lot. We're going to talk about some of my favorite coffee items that are on Amazon. The first thing we're going to do is talk about this really amazing recipe that I made just for this live, and I'm super excited for you guys to see it. If you have any questions or comments and you're watching from Facebook or YouTube, because I'm also streaming there, please be sure to leave them in the comment box. I can click on them, add them to screen, and then answer for you. If you see something that you like and you see something that you're enjoying, please definitely do share some stars on Amazon and let me know that you're enjoying it. And we're just gonna hop in and get straight to it. I do want to let you know that you can shop any of the items in my stream. They're clickable on the screen, but then they're also on my Amazon shop. So you can always head there if you missed something, or if you want me to revisit something, or if after the live you're like, oh, what was that thing she talked about? I have them in a list on my Amazon shop. So I think that's pretty cool also. And yeah, just really excited that you guys are here. So the first thing that I want to share is the special recipe that I made for our live. And it's a salted caramel pumpkin coffee. And it sounds just or tastes just as good as it sounds. It's amazing. You can use sugar-free caramel for this. So what I do is 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. You can either use dried spice or you can use liquid spice like the Amaretti brand that I'll talk about later today. You add 1 pump of caramel, a pinch of salt, your espresso, and then oat milk. So it's just a really, really good, easy recipe. I have it for you guys to be able to check out here. But then if you are a part of my Patreon, you'll be able to have this recipe for yourself. I'm not putting it on the blog or making a video about it or anything else. It's just strictly for the live and for my Patreon subscribers. So cheers to you guys. Thank you so much for always watching and always being here. It's just really exciting to have you guys along for my coffee journey as I discover the things that I love. These fall pumpkin flavors are awesome. So I'm going to take a sip. Oh, it's so good, so creamy. And I use oat milk also in this. I am lactose intolerant. If you guys have been following me for the past few weeks, you know that I just learned that I'm lactose intolerant. So oat milk is my go-to, and it's absolutely delicious in this drink. So I'm really, really happy that you guys are here, that you guys got to see this recipe. And then we're going to go ahead with the actual Amazon favorites along with my coffee chat. So hopefully you have your coffee as well. I want to know what your favorite coffee creation is. So be sure to leave that in the comments as well. It's always great to hear from you, always great to know what you like. And I also like just selfishly trying new things. So you guys can be a part of that also. So I want to get straight into the actual kind of like shopping part of the things that I love so, so much. And so the first thing that I want to talk about is this little tiny set of these Amaretti mini syrups. And there's so much that I love about these. I love, first of all, that they are tiny. So you don't have to worry about using this humongous, like 30-ounce bottle of syrup. And especially for seasonal flavors like this, these tiny bottles are probably just like some of the best to be able to get. I also love that I can try them first. So I think that's incredibly important, especially with syrup sometimes, and especially with the pumpkin spice ones like these are. So I have crema de pumpkin pie, which is my favorite of the three. I have pumpkin spice, which is a nice liquid pumpkin spice flavor. And then I have pumpkin pie, which has a little bit more cinnamon. And something that I noticed about these is that they're very clove forward. So they have a lot of clove flavor, which sometimes people don't like. They think it tastes too licoricey. And so I think it's really important that, you can get these tiny bottles, test it out, see if you like it. It's not a huge impact on your wallet, but then it's just an easy way to try out new flavors without being stuck then with, a 20 or 30 ounce bottle. That is the worst feeling to me. I hate when I buy something and I'm like, this flavor sounds amazing. This flavor is going to be amazing. And then it's not. And it just tastes like not what I expected it to. Some people say that they feel like these flavors are a little bit too clovey for them. I personally like it. I do like that like licoricey taste. I think that the crema de pumpkin, this one actually doesn't taste nearly as much like cloves. And I think the creaminess also lends some cream flavor to the coffee, which is really great. So those are a favorite of mine lately. And then let's see. Okay. One of my other really favorite things, if you love iced coffee and you do not want your iced coffee to be bitter or hot or watered down or lose that flavor, you need this. This is called the Hyper Chiller. And you can see that it's got kind of like a cool design here with this little bit of etched stuff. It's always hard to come up with words. The little etchings kind of have this chill pattern, and then you have the Hyper Chiller logo. And what this is, I'll open it up, is just kind of like a little opening. You can put ice in there if you want, but you don't have to. I normally actually keep this in the freezer. And so what happens in here is that the chill from this metal, when you keep it in the freezer, kind of cools down hot coffee really fast. It takes about 90 seconds maybe. And so what I do is, you can see, but there's a little hole in here. And so I'll put it under my coffee maker. It'll brew inside. It'll go into this little metal part. Let me get it open. It'll go into this little metal part here. When it does, and you leave this in the freezer, it chills your coffee really, really quickly. So, and you can also put ice on the inside of it if you wanted to do it that way. You just need a few pieces of ice. It'll chill down the metal. And so then what I do is I give it a swirl it around. That helps it chill a little bit faster. And then there's this spout here on the front, and that's where you pour out. Oh, there's some water in there. That's where you pour out your coffee. Luckily, that's water, not coffee. Probably water left over from the freezer. So yeah, you pour it out into your cup, and then your coffee is completely chilled. No ice needed, which I'm actually going to talk about something for ice later if you like ice in your coffee. But that's really cool because then it doesn't water down your stuff, and you actually get all of the flavor out of your coffee without it getting watered down and without it getting just gross. And I see more people are joining the live stream. Hi, I'm so happy you're here. Thank you so much for watching. We're just talking about the Hyper Chiller right now. And yeah, so if you love iced coffee, but without the little bit of watering down that ice tends to do in your iced coffee, you can always get a Hyper Chiller, and that is a great way to keep your coffee cool and then pour it into your cup. I go two ways about this. Sometimes I still use this and I pour my coffee over ice, chilled with it, so it doesn't melt the ice as fast, which I find nice, but I just really like the ice in my iced coffee. And I do hate that it gets watered down with ice, but I do love the feeling of ice in iced coffee. So if you can't live without the ice in your iced coffee, you could still use the Hyper Chiller, and it's a great way to keep your coffee cool. Okay. So next we're going to talk about a way to reuse your Nespresso pod. So I have a Nespresso pod here, and you can see that on top of the pod, it has this aluminum seal. So that's how the machine works. It reads this barcode. I don't know if you've ever noticed this on your Nespresso pods. for the Vertuo line specifically, but it reads this barcode, and that's how it knows how much coffee to actually pour out into your cup. Once it does that, you pull down the machine and this seal is broken. The water infuses through the pod. It spins and spins and spins around in a circle. I'm sure you didn't want a whole lesson on Nespresso, but it's relevant to this, I promise. It, brews out your coffee, and then you lift up the head of your Nespresso, or you like open it to the side or whatever. And then your spent pod gets sent back into the little container, never to be used again. You can, of course, recycle it. Nespresso has a great recycling program, but sometimes you want to use your own coffee. And I do. Okay. I didn't think that I brought it over here. Hold on just a second. So I like to use my own coffee. I live in Texas. There's a store in Texas called HEB. It has, really great store brand coffees. This Dulce de Leche coffee is one that I really love. So I actually take my Nespresso pod, I take off this aluminum top, dump out the grounds, wash it out, add in this coffee. And then once I do that, I actually add in, and I have the whole box here. There's like 120 of these. And you can also see it has the Nespresso on the back, but it's an aluminum foil lid. And so it's a new seal for your pod. And what it does, which I just think is so cool, is that you can take off this aluminum one. I cut around it with a knife and peel it off. It's really easy. And then this is like an aluminum sticker that goes on top. So you can kind of see it has like a little bit of stickiness on the outside here. And that's where it can stick. And then it sticks to the outer ring here of your Nespresso pod. So you can reuse these pods before you recycle them or throw them away, which I think is really great because they get a second life, they get a second use. You don't have to buy a reusable pod. One of the things that I don't like about reusable pods, first of all, there are not very many good ones for the Vertuo line because the Vertuo is patented. So it's difficult for people to make these pods, and that's why you don't see a lot of like other pods like you do with the original line. Like I think every company that makes coffee has made Nespresso pods for the original line, but the Vertuo line is a lot harder because not very many people have access to the patent. And so when you buy one, you risk damaging your machine. And what I love about this is that you're using a Nespresso pod, so it's going to fit, it's going to fit correctly. You know that you're going to get the seal that you need, that it's not going to like overflow and empty out the grounds. And then, that you truly get fresh coffee that you love. And I love Nespresso pods. I have tons of them. I just did a video on like my whole collection of Nespresso pods, but this is awesome. I love being able to reuse them. So I think that is a really great idea. And it just makes things a lot easier, I think, too, for you. So we're going to go through one more thing. And then at that point, I think I'm going to go at like a little pause point, and I'm just going to let you guys know who the winners of the giveaway are. I did a giveaway for a couple of Amazon gift cards just as a thank you for watching my first Amazon Live. I'm so thankful for all of you that are here right now, that are tuning in. It just makes me so happy to see that you guys are watching, and hopefully we can get more people to join in later on. But like I said, if you're here, please do talk in the chat. Let me know that you're here. Say hi, tell me where you're from. I just love hearing from everybody and seeing everybody, just kind of be here. And I think it's really fun to have all of you around. And then also answer my coffee question. What's your favorite coffee creation? I really do want to know. And then if you missed something earlier in the live, of course, you can always shop my Amazon storefront, and it's a place for you to get all of your coffee needs, all of the cool coffee stuff. I love doing stuff like this. All right, so we're going to do one more item, then we're going to go into the winners of that gift card. So first, one thing that I have been loving is this glass little like milk jug. I first bought them thinking they were acrylic. I don't know why, because it says glass in the description, but I was like, oh, cute, they're acrylic. They're actually glass. They're very cool, very easy to clean. And all you have to do, usually I pour my oat milk in here when I do my coffee videos. I'll, use it, pour it out, rinse it out, stick it upside down in the top rack of the dishwasher to let it dry. You can wash it out with soap and water. It doesn't have very many nooks and crannies, so it is really easy to clean. And I just think they're super cute. I don't know that they're practical on an everyday level, but they are really adorable. And it's just fun to use. So I have a lot of fun using these. And then I just make sure after I have emptied it out, I just rinse it immediately, soap and water, stick it in the dishwasher, and it's perfectly fine. Okay, so what everybody I feel like has been waiting for. So I'm doing a giveaway of a $20 Amazon gift card. Today I decided that I would do 2 winners. I thought that was just a better way to go and much nicer. So the first winner of the $20 Amazon gift card is Diana Zavala. So, and I will email you and make sure that I have all of your information so that you get your gift card. But thank you so much for entering and for watching. And then the second winner is Diane Holloway. So I just wanted to thank both ladies for being so great and for just supporting my channel, supporting my stuff. I want to thank all of you for doing the same. I, plan to do these giveaways also a lot. I love giving back to my community because you guys are so amazing to me. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for always supporting. And it just makes my heart so happy that you guys enjoy this stuff along with me. So I'm really glad that you're here, and I am just so thankful for you. And of course, if you're on my mailing list, if you follow Patreon, you're always the first to know that these giveaways happen. So, definitely jump on and join when you can. I think that's a great way to just know what's going on within my community. As I talk about everything that I'm doing, I'm always announcing the things that are happening. So I'm just glad that you're all here and really excited to give away those 2 gift cards. So very excited for Diana and Diane. Thank you so much. And then let's get back to doing the live. And I just saw Kylene. Hi, Kylene, my favorite. I love Kai. She asked, what's my favorite flavor? I think overall, so I can do 2. If I had to choose my favorite syrup flavor and I had to choose my favorite coffee flavor, I think my favorite Nespresso coffee flavor is Bianco Leggero. It's probably the best ever. Like, it is so silky, so creamy. It has like these like cereal and biscuit notes. So it's like buttery coffee. It's really, really good. And then if I had to choose a favorite syrup, I think my favorite syrup is probably, I don't know, probably like a lavender. Like, I could drink a lavender coffee every day. And I know that sounds totally crazy, but lavender is just such a like calming scent, and it's really nice in coffee, especially when you get like a good floral coffee that's lightly roasted. So I think those 2 end up being my favorite. And yeah, Alex said, I can attest to the Patreon community. It's super cool. Alex and Kai are both a part of my Patreon community. And thank you so much for saying that. I love it. I think it's a really great place for me to do some behind the scenes stuff and show you guys, what I'm working on and how I'm working on it. I'm working on a cookbook now, so it's really awesome to be able to, and I haven't shared yet, but be able to share with my Patreon community some of those updates and the recipes that are going into the cookbook. And then I'm constantly asking what people want to see. And so you can request recipes when you're a part of my Patreon. And then you have, this other community of people. It's mostly people with diabetes. Not everybody has diabetes, but it's very cool to kind of have this community and this place where everyone can kind of enjoy. So I think that's super cool too, and really exciting. It's something new that I'm starting, and I'm really just beyond surprised by the response. And it's always really nice to see how supportive people can be. Okay, so we're gonna move on to, let's see. I can't wait for the cookbook either, Alex. I'm supposed to release it in December of 2021. I was going to say 2021. And it's getting there for sure. I think it's going to be one of those like close deadlines. I'm almost finished with all of the recipes, which is really exciting. And then after that is layout design, cover design, getting together the index, getting together the thank yous, and then sending it, to people who I really want to see it and to review it and to just have it in their hands. And I think that's going to be a really exciting part of the process. Okay, so we have these bitter bottles. I think these are really interesting. You usually put like alcohol bitters in there for alcohol-based drinks, but I thought that they would be nice for coffee syrups that are watery, and not creamy, like syrups that are literally flavor, sugar, and water. So one's kind of like crema de pumpkin. I don't feel like work as well in the bitters bottles because they really need to be shaken. But one's like, I think what I have in here is Monin sugar-free caramel. And so ones like that work really well because it's literally like the caramel and the water together. And so you can see it's like a more liquidy consistency, which makes it really easy to pour out. And I can kind of show you, I'll pour it into my coffee because this is a caramel coffee anyway, but you can see it's easy to pour out. Whereas this like cream one, you can see is really slow when it comes out. And so I think those bitters bottles are nice. If you've ever watched any of my Instagram reels or YouTube shorts, or just like some of the videos that I do in my kitchen, you've probably seen my coffee bar. I just love how these make my coffee bar look. And these spouts are actually the next thing that I'll talk about. I have rose gold ones up here. I have some rose gold ones, but I also have silver ones just because they're more common to get. And the rose gold ones are just, I don't know, for a particular season for me. But I think that having those really cute bitters bottles plus the little toppers, the liquid pours, it makes it. And I feel like it makes your coffee bar look so nice. So that's another one of my favorites. And then another thing that I really love, and I think I have 2 of these on here, is my reusable straws. So the ones that I got come in this long length, and I also have ones that I got that are same width but a shorter length. So they work for shorter cups of coffee, because sometimes you're drinking a coffee out of a straw like this in a cup that is this tall and it's awkward. So having 2 sizes is great. I also love that the long ones come as a bended straw. So that's really great. It also comes with a little cleaner so you can clean out the middles of the straws before you stick them in the dishwasher. And then literally I just clean these out by hand, like in the middle, make sure I get all the gunk out. I usually only drink coffee with these, but if you drink smoothies or something, you can always get stuff stuck in there. And then I just kind of go out with it. So I think these are great. I personally like reusable straws. I hate metal reusable straws. I feel like they make your drink taste like metal and they hurt my teeth. So I tend to go for glass ones. They're borosilicate glass, so they are really, really strong. I have not had any problems with them cracking. I've had these straws for more than a year and they're some of my favorites. And then I just got these recently after I was sick of drinking out of cups with straws that were too long. So they're the same brand, I believe. And yeah, variants and sizes. And then, like I said, the larger ones also come bent. So if you like a bent straw in your drink, there you go. It's also a really good, just a good way to drink out of your drink without having to use straws that you use once and throw away. Okay. Then I have, let's see. Oh yeah, so there are the short straws there. If you're watching and you can see on the carousel, the short straws are there. They're also really great. All right, then we have some sun tea glasses, and these are ones that I also really love for iced coffee. So they are humongous, 20 ounces. So that's a lot of iced coffee. They're double walled, which I also find really great. I think that double walled glasses are just awesome because you don't need a coaster. You don't need anything extra. You can literally drink iced coffee out of this. It will not sweat. It doesn't sweat. You can stick it on the table. There's not going to be water running down it onto your table, onto your glass. These are some of the best, I think, cups that I have bought, and I really love it. They're hefty and heavy, great quality. And the price was also unbeatable to me, because sometimes glasses, especially like larger double walled glasses, can be really expensive. And these were actually very affordable. And it came with two. So there's a set of two of them, which I found to be like, pretty reasonable in terms of cost. I haven't had any problems with them breaking. These are another piece that I've had for over a year. I've tested them and tested them. I drink coffee almost every day, as you guys know. So this was awesome, I think, to be able to have. And, just knowing that they have lasted so far, which is really great. I love things that stand the test of time, because I just always want to have the best stuff in my kitchen. And so I test things out really before I tell you guys about them, because I don't want to give you something that is not going to be quality. This is one of those things that's like absolutely worth the purchase. And I think the prices are really great for it. And then this next thing I can't show you, but you know that I have it. It's the Nespresso Vertuo Next. That's one of the coffee makers I use. I have a Vertuo Next and I have a Creatista Plus. So the Vertuo Next is wonderful. It's these big pods rather than the smaller original Nespresso pods. And what I love about it is that it is their most advanced coffee maker. So it can actually make up to a carafe of coffee, which is, I believe, about 18 ounces, which is really nice. When I have guests and I want to make a big pot of coffee, I can take my, carafe pod, stick it in, and make a huge carafe of coffee, enough to serve a lot of people, instead of using a bunch of pods and doing individual coffees, which is really, really nice. And what I also love about it is that it's super easy to use right now, because there is a microchip processor shortage. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. It's very prominent though. So microchips around the world can't be produced because of what's needed to be able to make them. Nespresso uses microchips in their coffee maker. So if you know about this, it's shot up the price of everything, cars, any electronics with a chip, and also Nespresso's. And so if you actually go to Nespresso's website right now, you'd be hard pressed to find a variety of machines, just because of this microchip processor shortage. So this one I actually was able to find on Amazon, which is great. And it's a little lower than the cost of the machine on Nespresso's website, and it's awesome. I just love this coffee maker. It has a big tank for water, so you don't have to fill it that often. I think we fill ours probably about once a week. And then it is just overall, I think, a really great machine to have. So if you're considering an espresso, the Vertuo Next is a really good machine to have. It's one button, it's sleek, it's very thin, it's simple. I think it's, one of the greatest. I also love my Creatista Plus, but if I had to choose, I would choose the Creatista Plus. But the other advantage to the Vertuo is that it also makes coffee. So it makes coffee and espresso drinks, which the Creatista and original line machines don't do. They only make espresso-based drinks. So it's all in what you need, all in what you want. We got the Vertuo because Brian loves coffee, I love espresso, so we both got to have the machine that we wanted and needed that did both pods instead of just one. And then I just fell in love with Nespresso, so I bought another machine, which is crazy. I wouldn't say do that, but that's how I am. You guys know how I am. And if you're still watching, let me know in the comment section. Be sure to chat, and I'm just checking to see if anybody is saying anything. I definitely see some chatter in the Amazon live stream. But if you're watching from YouTube or you're watching from Facebook, please let me know. Please say anything, say something, and let's definitely chat, because I love that you're here and that you just took the time. I think that is really, really cool. Okay, so the next thing I also can't show you because it's in the kitchen, but it is the Arancino. So if you like frothed milk, but you don't have a steaming stick that's a part of your coffee machine, the Arancino is a great milk frother. You can also get one of those handheld milk frothers, and I think that those work just as well. But the Arancino is really cool in that it gives you the ability to, I think, just make this silky creamy milk. Like the texture from the Arancino versus a steam wand, I think is unmatched. It's just fluffier in the Arancino. And what I love about it is that you can froth milk hot, you can froth milk cold, and then it gives you this like cloud of milk. It's great. It's amazing. And so that's what I did with my milk here today. Oat milk, technically, a lot of times doesn't froth very well, but you can kind of see in here, I don't want to tip it too far, but you can see in here that this has a overall pretty good froth. So I really love the Arancino for that. And I think it's a great purchase, whether you have an espresso or not. Frothed milk in your coffee just makes a huge difference in the texture of your drink, which is great. And then I also really love this set of extra whisks. You don't necessarily need them. I think it's a good buy just in case you want to have a backup or a spare. The original ones that come with your Arancino, so you already get this set, but the original ones that come with your Arancino, they don't seem to break. I've had my Arancino for about 2 years now. I haven't had any problems with it. So these are just like kind of an extra, a just in case, but you know that they're out there and you know that they're available if you need them. And then I want to say, this is the last item. So yeah, we already talked about the short straws, but my last item, and I haven't opened one in my kitchen in the ice maker right now, but the last item is this round ice cube tray. And I love this. I think this is really nice to use because it gives you pretty circular spherical ice for your drinks. If you care like me, then you're probably like, okay, that's what I need. That's what I've got. So I think, that's always really great to have. You can add them to your drinks and just like make cool little drinks. I think it's really fun. But I think that's it. That's everything. So hopefully I didn't talk too much, talk too long. I am really hoping that you guys enjoyed this live and that you had fun watching. Like I said before, you can always shop any of these items in my Amazon store. It's great. It's really fun to just be able to walk through to see all the like stuff that I have to make coffee. And I put my kitchen loves in there as well. So you get an idea and a glimpse of everything that I use in my kitchen, which is always great. And Alex, I cannot wait to see what you do with that ice. I feel like you are the number one maker of my recipes. And so it'll be really cool to see what you do. But the ice trays are fun. It's really cool to have like those pretty round ice balls, and they are not difficult to make at all. And you stick them in the freezer and they actually freeze pretty fast. They're not like a 24-hour freeze time like some of the bigger ones. So that's why I like the small ones too. But that's it for my live stream, y'all. I am just like so thrilled that you were here. Thank you so much for spending the time with me. And I just cannot wait until I get to do another one of these. Please do let me know if you rewatch this, how you liked it in the comments, and let me know if you would watch one again. And I'm just really thankful so much for all of you always. Thank you for participating. Thank you for coming, for watching, for bearing with me, especially in the beginning of this as I got everything set up because it was not working the way that it was supposed to, but it worked now. It's great. And I'm just so glad that I had you guys along with me for this live. It was really fun to do for the first one. So congratulations to Diane and Diana again for being the winners of the giveaway. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you, Alex, for saying that my recipes are easy to follow. That's what I always hope. I create diabetes-friendly recipes. If you're here just kind of randomly and you don't know who I am, my name is Mila. I live with latent autoimmune diabetes in adults, and I create recipes for people with diabetes. Recently, that has been a lot of coffee recipes because it's just been fun and therapeutic for me. And so if you love that kind of stuff, be sure to check it out, and you can check me out on, every platform I'm on. But that's it for this video today, guys. I'm so happy that you joined, and I will see you whenever I do the next one. See you later. Bye. Take care, guys. See ya.